So, hello Starford boys. If you have read the title of this video, then you might be thinking how Mutant Mode is broken. Well, let me say this. Mutant Mode in Starford 2's PvP is not a bad game mode. In fact, it's actually quite a creative game mode idea, as allowing players to become and control a boss monster is such a cool idea. Like, congratulations to Freyer for coming up with that idea. But in this video, I really want to talk about something that has been bothering me about Mutant Mode and Starford 2, and I feel like there needs to be someone who has to say this, so let it be me. Now, I'm not going to be talking about the gameplay of Mutant Mode. In this video, I mainly want to focus on Mutant Mode and it affecting and breaking the PvP in Starford 2, as I feel like Mutant Mode existing is causing problems to PvP that not a lot of people seem to realize. Now for starters, when you go into Verse Mode and click on List, what seems to be the most common game mode? If you said Mutant Mode, then you are correct, because almost all the time when I'm doing PvP in Starford 2, I'm always seeing at least one mutant server no matter what, and that's not even it. I've had experiences where I've seen every single server be a mutant server, and there being no other game modes on the radar. Like, holy damn! Mutant mode is popular, and it seems to be liked by so many Starford 2 players. But exactly why? Why is it so popular? And I know some people might be thinking it's popular because it's unique and it's the most fun game mode. Like, you can play as a boss monster, for Christ's sakes. Well, sure, that could be the case, but I'm pretty sure that's not the number one reason. Now, listen to this. In my opinion, I think the number one reason why Mutant Mode is so popular is because it allows players to level up in PvP without actually playing PvP. Like, you use your co-op player instead of your PvP player, which means that you have access to your entire weapon arsenal without the limitations of what level you are in PvP. Second, even though you are playing with your co-op player, you still get experience for your PvP level, even though you've played with your co-op player, not your PvP player. Now, let me explain to you why this is breaking PvP in Starford 2. Now, there are two main problems in Starford 2's PvP. One is that there are so much Mutant Mode servers, and two is that there are way too many level 50s in Starford 2 and ruin the game for lower level players. These two problems are connected to each other, and let me show you how. For the lower level players who are watching this video, do you ever wonder why you find so many level 50s and barely any players who are actually low level? It's because most of the low level players are in mutant mode. Like, take a look at this screenshot. Almost all of these players are in the low levels. And the reason why the lower level players are in mutant mode is because of what I mentioned about mutant mode before. It's a cheap way how to gain experience points on your PvP level without actually playing PvP. And it's free from those level 50s with infinite HP and snipers that one-shot kill you. And even if there actually happens to be a level 50 in a mutant mode server, for a mode like mutant mode, level 50s or pretty much anybody in an advanced level does not really ruin it for them. And for the lower level players who actually don't want to play in mutant mode and actually want to try to level up by playing the normal PvP game modes, well, sucks for them, because they are going to have to deal with level 50s killing them over and over again, and it's really not going to be as fun for them. And I know that some of you are saying, but Star Warfare Boy, level 50s can be easily solved. Just make a server where only level 40s or level 50s and under can join. Well, yes, if you are thinking that, then yes, that does solve the problem. But there's still an issue. Lower players are new players and don't know everything about Star Warfare 2 yet. Most of the lower players don't actually know that you can make a server to block out the level 50s, and the ones who do are likely not going to make a successful server. Why? Well, because a lot of the lower level players are not going to be giving these servers a chance. Most of them are keen to only doing Mutant Mode and don't care about the other game mode because of all the level 50s. Plus, level 50s make a large amount of players in Star for 2's PvP, so there's a lot of players that are being cut out when making these servers. Growth in a level 50 block server is going to be painfully slow. And remember that it's going to be the new low level players who are making these servers, and they may not have the patience as a more higher up player. So a successful server where lower players can play fairly with each other is as rare can possibly get. Now, if Mutant Mode were to never exist, lower level players wouldn't have this easy way of leveling up and would be forced to play other game modes. And since they would be playing other game modes like Free For All and Domination, there would be more lower level players playing those other game modes. And now, since the lower level players are playing other game modes, level 50 block servers would receive more attention, thus more fair servers. And even for the servers that don't have level 50s blocked, instead of those servers being full of level 50s and only one or two lower level players, now those servers would either be half lower level players and half level 50s, or be a server where the majority of players are low level and there being one or two level 50s, in which the lower levels can play it as kill the other lower levels and beware of the level 50 instead of it just being avoid everyone and try to kill that one lower level player. It's just more fun and engaging that way. Mutant Mode existing is causing all these to not happen and is making the lower level players only rely on playing Mutant Mode and not playing the other game modes. Mutant Mode is too popular, and it's so popular that it gets to the point where Mutant Mode is soaking up all the attention from the other game modes and all the attention that the other game modes need from the lower level players. Now, I'm not saying that Freyr should remove Mutant Mode from the game. It's an amazing and unique game mode which is not only pretty fun to play, but also it can have a lot of strategy as well to it. Removing Mutant Mode might make PvP and Star for 2 great and all, but removing such a unique game mode from the game would really suck. And instead, they should focus on trying to make Mutant Mode not too overplayed and to change it a bit. Some suggestions I have for Freyr is to maybe make it so you play with your verse player instead of your co-op, so it's not like co-op is doing all the work to level up the verse player, which you are not even using. Another change is to maybe not make it so you don't gain experience for Mutant Mode. Maybe make it so you obtain gold or void mithril after killing the boss instead of experience, so it makes players who want to level up in PvP do so by playing other game modes. And finally, maybe make it so you gain rewards only if the boss is killed, as last time I checked, you gain experience even if you don't kill the boss. It's all about just damaging it. I think it would be better to bring rewards only if the boss is killed, so it makes getting rewards more harder and players have an even bigger drive to inflict as much as damage as possible. And plus, killing the boss in Mutant Mode is pretty difficult, so it wouldn't make like Mutant Mode as viable. And other lower level players will be given the chance to try other game modes. And so that's the end of this video. I really hope that you agree with the points that I've said in this video, and I really hope that Freyr sees this video and realizes how broken Mutant Mode is. And if you have any like suggestions on how mutant mode can be fixed or how this problem can kind of be fixed, then leave them down in the comments section below. And that's the end of this video, everyone.